Welcome to On This Day, where we look back at the moments that made history, one day at a time. From major world events to the weird and unexpected, every date has a story. So, what happened on 20th of June? Let's find out. June 20th is one of those dates that pops up across all corners of history. From the rise and fall of monarchies, to protests that sparked change, to the birth of inventions we now take for granted. And along the way, there are moments of joy, rebellion, and even a royal escape in disguise. It's a day packed with drama, progress, and a few surprises. Let's start in 1789, in the middle of a stuffy indoor tennis court in France, where a group of revolutionaries took what became known as the Tennis Court Oath. These were members of the Third Estate, locked out of their usual meeting hall, swearing they wouldn't disband until France had a constitution. It was bold, dramatic, and it helped kickstart the French Revolution. Now, here's a royal twist. Exactly 2 years later in 1791, King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette tried to escape Paris during the Revolution. Dressed in disguise, they attempted to flee to Austria, but were recognized and captured in a town called Varennes. Their getaway flop made headlines across Europe and sealed their fate back in revolutionary France. Fast forward to 1837, and a young Princess Victoria woke up to life-changing news. Her uncle, King William IV, had died, making her Queen of the United Kingdom. She was just 18 years old. Over the next 63 years, Queen Victoria would oversee an era of massive expansion, industry, and social change. An age so influential, they named it after her. In 1963, the United States and the Soviet Union took a rare step toward cooperation during the Cold War. They agreed to install a direct communication line, better known as the Red Phone, between Washington and Moscow. While it wasn't actually a red phone, it symbolized the urgent need for real-time dialogue in a world filled with nuclear tension. Jumping to 1975, Jaws hit theaters and changed summer movies forever. Directed by a young Steven Spielberg, the thriller about a killer shark terrified audiences and made everyone think twice about going into the water. It was the first real summer blockbuster, and it's still making waves nearly 50 years later. Now over in Germany, on this day in 1991, the Bundestag, that's the German parliament, voted to move the capital from Bonn back to Berlin. After decades of division during the Cold War, this was a powerful symbolic moment in reunified Germany, returning political life to the city at the heart of its history. In 1840, Samuel Morse received the patent for the telegraph. The original text message. Dots and dashes sent across wires might not sound exciting now, but it absolutely revolutionized communication. Suddenly, people could send messages across long distances in minutes instead of days. That's a game changer. Let's turn to music for a second. On June 20th, 1969, David Bowie released Space Oddity. The haunting tale of astronaut Major Tom wasn't just a hit. It became a signature moment in Bowie's career. And fun fact, the BBC even played it during coverage of the Apollo 11 moon landing later that summer. Speaking of space, June 20th, 1990 saw the first ever use of a robotic hand in orbit. On board the shuttle Columbia, astronauts tested the Canadian-built Canadarm for satellite deployment. It was a quiet moment with big consequences, paving the way for robotic tech on the International Space Station. Love discovering what happened on this day in history? Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Back on Earth and back in 1893, Lizzie Borden was acquitted of the axe murders of her father and stepmother. The case gripped America and became part of true crime legend, especially thanks to that eerie nursery rhyme. Lizzie Borden took an axe. You know the rest. She was found not guilty, but public opinion stayed divided for decades. In 1948, Ed Sullivan hosted his very first TV variety show, which would soon be known simply as The Ed Sullivan Show. Over the years, it became the place to be seen, from Elvis Presley's controversial hip shakes to the Beatles' US debut. If you were on Ed Sullivan, you'd made it. Let's head to Africa. In 1960, Senegal gained independence from France. It had been a long road of political activism, cultural pride, and resistance, and this moment marked a major step in the wave of decolonization, sweeping the continent during the 20th century. Back in 1959, the iconic Kraft macaroni and cheese box first hit grocery store shelves. Simple, fast, and affordable, it quickly became a comfort food classic. Whether you're 5 or 50, chances are you've eaten it at least once, probably more. And finally, on June 20th, 2003, the Wikimedia Foundation was officially founded, the nonprofit that runs Wikipedia. From a small idea about open access information to one of the world's most visited websites, it turned the way we learn into a community effort. And yes, we may or may not have used it to write this very script. That's what happened on 20th of June throughout history. Made it this far? Drop your favorite historical fact in the comments. Learned something new? Hit subscribe and come back tomorrow. You never know what the past has in store.